Herdsmen attacks. Huriwat threatens to drag Buhari, Osinbajo, others to ICC. The Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, Huriwa, has said it will drag President Muhammadu Buhari, Vice President Osinbajo, the Senate President Ahmad Lawan, and the Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN, Mohammed Tanko, to the International Criminal Court, ICC, to face prosecution for crimes against humanity should the current wave of killings by armed herdsmen continue and the killers and their sponsors go unpunished. It also challenged the President and the National Assembly to take practical steps to stop the nationwide war on Nigerians by armed herdsmen. The rights group said it was illegal, incumbent on the Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces to adhere strictly to the constitutional oath of office and enforce immediate and comprehensive military strategies to stop the widening specter of bloody violence against different communities all over Nigeria by suspected armed Fulani herdsmen. Huriwa, in a statement yesterday in Abuja signed by the National Coordinator Emmanuel Osinbajo, lamented that the government has in 5 years failed to prosecute the mass murderers terrorizing Nigeria. Huriwa said, the failure of President Muhammadu Buhari to effectively put an end to these cocktails of well-coordinated violent uprising by suspected Fulani herdsmen who are on rampage in diverse Nigerian communities in the northwest, north central, south of Delta State, Akwa Ibom, and the recent killings in Benue State by Fulani herdsmen amounted to a constitutional breach on the side of the president. The failure of the National Assembly to pass a binding resolution acknowledging the ongoing civil war by armed herdsmen against Nigeria is a serious dereliction of legislative duty, which should lead to the impeachment of both the Senate President Ahmed Lawan and the Speaker of the House of Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila. Huriwa stated that the fundamental role of the National Assembly was to compel the executive to do the needful to stop the bloodshed or to invoke the constitutional provision which permits them to remove a non-performing president. The bloodshed can't continue forever. The killings are way too much and life has become too cheap under this government. This is genocide and must be seen as such. We will drag all the leaders of the different arms of government to the ICC. If no step is taken by 76 hours to stop the killings and try these killers, the primary responsibility of government is the prevention of mass killing and the enthronement of security of lives and properties of the citizenry. This government has failed. So, my people, this is what is going on in Nigeria today, this morning. Yes, the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, which is Huriwa, has now come out in full force to start prosecuting the government. You know, we've been shouting and shouting and shouting every day, keep talking. You know, even as a media outlet, we've been talking so we can get this across to the government of today. But obviously, they are not listening. Mostly the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, he's not listening. So all his cabinet and all of them, they are not listening. They're just doing their own job. So they are doing their own thing, not their own job. The Huriwa Writers, the Human Rights Association of Nigeria, which is Huriwa, has now come out to say, you know what, we are going to be prosecuting every arm of the government. You know, this administration has failed us. And indeed, the administration has failed us indeed. They have failed us. I mean, lives has become so cheap in Nigeria, where today you hear 22 killings. In Kaduna, you hear 86 killings. In Delta State, you hear 5 killings. In Benue State, you hear 30 killings. It's killings everywhere in the country. And lives has become so cheap. The lives of the masses has become so cheap that, what the president does now is to just drive down there, fly down there in his private jet and sympathize with the families. Has life become that cheap? Because it's not a wrong thing with what the Huriwa group is doing now. They want to come out because nobody, and we keep saying this, nobody prosecutes the government in Nigeria. And it almost looks like you cannot stand against the government of Nigeria, because obviously it's either you'll be exiled or you'll be jailed. Because it has happened, we have seen it practically, where Nnamdi Kanu stood for his people, stood for the indigenous people of Biafra, and was stood against, and he went into exile because he was forced into exile because the government of Nigeria is so corrupt to the point that you can be dead. We saw it that's with Biafra, and that's with the from the south, the south zones to the east. Now let's go to the west, where Omoyele Sowore rose in the last elections. We saw what happened to him. He was jailed. In fact, his case is still pending, is still going on. So you see, and these guys, you have to flee at some point, and this is it. You cannot rise up, mostly as an individual, against the presidency in our country, and which is obviously is the wrongest thing that can happen, because the government cannot be probed. You can't look into their affairs, which is very wrong. You see, so the Huriwa group has said, we are going to start prosecuting the government, and they have given an ultimatum. They have said within 76 hours. I don't know how that's going to happen anyway, because we've been in this problem for over 5 years, if not more. So I don't know how that's going to happen anyway. But they have given the government, mostly, more precisely, President Muhammadu Buhari, 76 hours to make sure that there's no killing. I mean, there is no news of killing to apprehend these herdsmen and to start prosecuting them. They've given 76 hours for that to happen. So my people, this is what is going on. If we need to take urgent measures to see that the killings in Nigeria stops. Kudos to the Huriwa group. I mean, we need to rise up. Everyone in the country needs to rise up at this time because they've not taken Buhari and co to court. That's why they feel that it's not the people. When this insurgency is going to cause an uprising in Nigeria, and it could cause a civil war. These guys, I don't know if they are uneducated. Anyway, we know the story of Buhari. Anyway, how even for us to see his YX certificate is nowhere. We can't see. So we know who are ruling us. In a country where the illiterates rule the literates. You have certain powers in certain positions. We need fresh minds, fresh brains to rule Nigeria. It's not about being in the military. That is another set of training that you are poised towards another area of peacekeeping and all that. It's you mustn't be the president, the commander-in-chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So you can see the difference, you can see the disparities, and hence these guys are governing the way they are governing. We need people that can strategize, people that can move nation forward. Moving nation forward is not about military background, and I don't think it's the most background that you need to get to have to get the nation moving. You see, so that is the thing. I think we need to rise up now as Nigeria to start suing the government. We need to prosecute the government. Now, the Huriwa group has said they're going to prosecute the government. They're going to prosecute Buhari. They're going to prosecute Obasanjo. I beg your pardon. Osinbajo. They're going to prosecute even the Speaker of the House, Gbaja Biamila, and they're going to prosecute even Lawan in the House. See? So this is it. We need, because these lawmakers, it looks like they're doing their own thing. They are not not enacting laws. They're not doing anything for Nigeria. They're just sitting down, sitting in the office, sitting in their respective places, just leaving Nigeria like that. We don't want Nigeria to go that in that direction. So what this group are doing now, kudos to them, 100%. They are doing the right thing. Let us sue the government. We need to sue the government at this point in time because the killings in Nigeria are just outrageous. So my people, this is what is happening. I want to hear your take. We want to hear your comment. We want to see what you're saying about this, because the insurgency in Nigeria is becoming alarming. In fact, not alarming, it's at its peak, it's at its height, it's at the zenith of what is of our time. You see, so put your voice out there. We want to see what you have to say in the comment section. Just keep commenting, because you're not just commenting because you want to comment, but these things goes out to the government. The government can hear this. The government can see this. They can see what the masses are saying to them. And also, if you have subscribed to us, thank you very much. We do appreciate your subscription. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to us so you can get all our latest news. Check us on YouTube. You see all the latest news, everything concerning Nigeria, politics and people. We've got all of them every second, every minute. Once the news comes, we get it direct to yourselves. So that's why you need to subscribe to us so we can continue bringing this news your way. Thank you very much. We do appreciate you this morning, and remain blessed. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye.